We are live. Good morning, Nomad X community, or good night, wherever you are in the world. And we're back on track with a new live stream this week. And I'm here with Alex. And Alex has a really, really amazing story to tell, which is super, super inspirational. And I think it's going to be like really inspiring for a lot of people in our community, because a lot of people working as freelancer, a lot of people are familiar with platforms like Fiverr and Upwork, but no one really knows how to make it happen out there. If you know about my opinion, I'm always like, don't go on these platforms, just do a personal branding and work your way around, because you're not going to stand out there. But today we have someone on the stream who really made shit happen, and that's what we want to chat about. So in this case, Alex, it's an honor. Welcome to the show. Great to have you here.
Thank you for having me, Ollie. I'm excited to chat about Fiverr and freelancing.
That's awesome. Cool. All right, community, just to let you guys know, Alex is driving in a car. If we have any delays or a little bit of signal problem, please stay with us. That should be fine, because that's what we do. We do always a live stream. So if it's not going to be perfect, we're going to make sure if there is any breakthrough moments, we should take care about that. We're going to do the recording and the editing later on. And if you have questions, drop them in the comments. That's super, super important. Make sure you leave all your questions here, even if you watch later on the recording, because I know for most of you, it is in the middle of the night. We're going to make sure everything gets answered. In this case, Alex, let's jump straight in. Let's start with you. Can you tell us a little bit more about yourself, who you are, what you do, and how all this stuff happened? How do you become such a successful freelancer?
Sure. So my story I always share is I started working in an office because I didn't really know what else to do. I thought it would make sense, and that didn't last very long for me. I definitely wasn't fulfilled at it. I didn't love it. And I moved to New York City because I grew up in rural upstate New York. So I kind of just like wanted to try something new. And I moved there for an office job that I hated so much I quit. And I had no backup plan. I just knew I couldn't work at that job anymore. So I had been freelancing a little bit at the time on Fiverr. And I was only on Fiverr actually because my mom, who's driving right now, my mom told me about it when I was 21 at my job in Albany, because I was just not complaining, but I was saying like, oh, I don't feel challenged here. Like, I don't feel like I'm reaching my potential, whatever. And she was like, well, what, I heard about this one site from my friend where you can earn $5 doing like silly things. So I was like, oh, okay, sounds cool. So when I quit my job the next year, I didn't really know what else to do. So I was like, all right, I know about this one site that's made me a little money, and I no longer have an income. So maybe I should go check out this site. And the rest was kind of history. I opened up a few writing services that week. I charged close to nothing because I was desperate. And that ended up being kind of the best mentality I could have ever had with it, because that's what helped me start amassing all of these 5-star reviews. And I learned the more 5-star reviews I got, the more I could be charging, down the line, which I now have, oh gosh, I don't know, like 6,000 5-star reviews, which is why I can charge so much now. So, yeah, that was how it all began back in 2015, 2016. And here I am today now, 6 years later, freelancing.
Awesome. Wow. Congratulations. That's a really, really cool story. And what a success. You already touched a little bit based on like on the beginning, but for someone who really wants to start, like someone who's really at the beginning, what would be kind of like your main advice if they want to jump in and they want to do similar stuff as you do?
I always say to people today, like, there absolutely is room for you, because I know a lot of people think there is not. But I'm always honest with people in that it's going to be hard work. You are going to be undercharging for a little bit in the beginning, because you have to earn your keep, right? There's other people who have been doing this for 6, 7, 10 years now. So you are going to have to put in your time, like you do with anything, though, in life. Like, nothing just falls from the sky. So I always say to people, yes, it's going to give you this free lifestyle where you can move around and do whatever you want, but it's going to be equally as much hard work. So I guess I would say to people, be patient in the beginning. Go easy on yourself. Don't charge a ton for your services, even if you don't think you're charging correctly. You still have to kind of prove that you're worth what you think you're worth. If that makes sense.
It does make sense. It does make sense, and I really like that, and I like the way how you put it out there, because I think it's really important. As you said, nothing falls from the sky. It is hard work, and because I've seen a lot of people, they have this impression, you know, like I go on Fiverr or I go on Upwork, I go on these platforms and I advertise myself, and work is just coming in, and then the big desperation kicks in when they don't have any jobs or they're getting outrighted by all their competitors. So I think, yeah, you just put it out in the right way, guys. You have to work your ass off if you want to make it happen on these platforms. So let's see, Alex, are you still with us? Because you are frozen. Oh, there you are. Cool. We got you back. Perfect. Perfect. That's cool. So you said it's about 6 years now that you've been on this platform. Are you working on any other platforms as a freelancer, or is it just on Fiverr? And we lost Alex. It's getting pitch black, and let's see if we can get her back on the stream. That's what we do. It's live, no recordings. There we are.
Can you see me?
I can see you. I can hear you. Yes, all cool.
Okay, cool. So I actually also freelance on the shop. Sometimes I think it's an open marketplace that people can apply to. So I sell copywriting, copy editing, the same things on Shopify. And those are the only two sites that I freelance on today, because I get so much traction through mainly Fiverr and also Shopify that I don't really feel the need to use any other sites. Although I say to people, that doesn't mean that there aren't other sites that are great. Those are just the ones that I use. Like, this is
Alex, I think the signal is really bad. I couldn't hear what you were saying. Can you repeat that? Maybe like the last minute, and what other platforms you're recommending? All right, and we lost you again.
With that,
Alex, I think your signal is pretty much gone.
Yeah, okay.
You're frozen, and I can't hear you.
Darn. I don't know what to do. Yeah. I can hear and see you fine.
Yeah, but unfortunately you're frozen, and I couldn't hear what you were saying. So if you can, let's try it again. If you can repeat the last 2 minutes.
Okay, can you hear me now?
And answer that question again. Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. I'll try and say it quick. I freelance on Fiverr and Shopify right now, and that's only because those are the sites I've had traffic on. It doesn't mean that like Upwork and other sites aren't great too. I've heard really positive things about them, but I do 95% of my work through Fiverr and then like 5% through the Shopify marketplace, just for fun. And that's really all I can handle. Like that's the only volume I can handle right now. But I mean, there's so many other sites out there today. Like there's dozens of them.
Right. So there is a massive market, and I would always I always recommend to people like try to spread it out a little bit and not be just on one platform. It seems like perfectly working for you, as you said, 95% on Fiverr. You also, if I get that right, you also have an app out there, right?
Yes,
what's the app about? What's the app about? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's called EyePop. I actually launched it in February, kind of at a bad time with COVID, because it's basically what I call a trending photo map app. I have to find a way to say that in fewer words. But what it really is it's just this app that tells people where to go to get Instagrammable content. So if you're in a new city and you're not familiar with it, it tells you like, oh, that cafe on the block you know, has cool aesthetics inside. That hike is what will get you this picture that you want. And yeah, I launched it in February with the intention of having it be worldwide. We haven't done too much with it just because you can't really use it right now to go to these, like, it's only half working because you can't go to some of these cafes because they're shut down. So I've been really putting a lot of effort into the nature component of it. There's a lot of hiking guides and stuff like that for people who want cool hiking pics. We're trying to do our best with the COVID everything. So hopefully in 2021, we'll be able to like do it again.
Awesome. I cross my fingers for you. Yeah, probably not the best time, but no one could know about that. I think it kind of like it affected everyone in on certain levels. It doesn't matter what business you do. How was it generally for you? You know, like the COVID situation. How did your freelance business react to COVID? Was it like booming and going up as fuck, or where you see like it was going down? How was that for you?
Yeah, it was actually kind of crazy because I saw a spike in my demands for work because I thought something like writing would become, you know, like kind of, I don't know if people would be spending money on it. And I was definitely very surprised. Like my business took off actually once it started, which is amazing. And I think that's mainly because more businesses are coming online than ever before since they can't, you know, do their same business in person anymore. So I think a lot of these businesses are pivoting online and they're realizing, oh crap, I need content on my website and I don't know how to do that. You know, or I need a blog, I need help. So my writing business has been doing better than ever this year, which is, you know, amazing. It's kind of a funny thing because I know a lot of people, you know, a lot of stuff isn't going well for some people. So that's why I keep telling everyone, like, go online, freelance, because nothing has happened to that world from this.
Right. Exactly. This is pretty much exactly what I wanted to hear. And it's also kind of like what we are teaching and preaching to the people out there, because this is not affected, you know, like even if the business is going down, guys, even if you feel like the world stands still, the online world is booming. And I've spoke to so many people over the last few months, and everyone who offers kind of like a service or has an agency or does freelancing is telling me exactly the same. It goes like boom. Best year ever, so many jobs and really good revenue streams. So I think now is the time, and so many people need help to bring their businesses online. So if you are a writer, if you are a designer, if you are an editor, whatever you do out there, get the skill, put it out there. There is a really high demand. Alex, what is your plan? What are you going to do for the rest of the year at the moment? So what can we expect from you next?
All right, I would say for the rest of the year, I'll be obviously freelance writing every day like I always am. But actually, my family business that I run with my mom, it's called Campfire Trailers because I obviously don't do enough things. And what we do is we take old campers and horse trailers and kind of refurbish them and flip them into mobile bars, which have become huge today because of COVID.
Cool.
So we're actually in the Southwest right now looking to kind of partner up with mainly men who can build these for us. Not that my mom can't, though, because my mom can build things with her hands. So I'm hoping for the remainder of the year, I've kind of shifted my focus to like this part of the things that I do, because there's a lot of promise with it right now, which is exciting. So that's what you can catch from me between now and Christmas, and traveling, obviously. Lots of traveling.
And traveling. Yeah. Awesome. I love it. Where you travel next? What's the next travel plan?
I don't have anything big. I'm going to Lake Placid in upstate New York next week to kind of help out with some photography up there for my friend. And just mainly, you know, New York. I like to stay in New York State in October because I love the fall foliage and everything. Knowing me, come November, December, I'll have to go somewhere warm, probably Miami or something for a week.
Awesome. Alex, that was really cool. That was like super refreshing, and it was really inspiring to hear your story and to see what is possible these days. Again, congratulations to that success. I think it's a great inspiration for all the people out there. Thank you so much for taking the time, for sharing your story, sharing your knowledge. I say it again, guys, if you have questions for Alex over the next 24 hours, drop everything in the comments. We're going to make sure everything gets answered. And from there, please take this as an inspiration, because it is possible to get really, really crazy rich on Fiverr and making really cool amounts of money. Alex, thank you very much for your time. It was a pleasure. I wish you all the best. And I'm looking forward to follow you and see what's coming next.
Thank you for having me on, Ollie.
It was a pleasure. Thank you very much. Talk soon.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.